Abatachin hoy besamaya metanora Simea kadesman and gista timita Bakada besamaya in the honich and the huba meteratahum Ya let injirachin and sitin zare Bedulachin and them yakura belin inna yabudelun in yakura in the menil What the fatana matakaban kekafu adam living in these evil days Trying to make it where it seems that we don't have a way. We need a way out. So that's what I'm talking about. Through his only begotten Son. Yes, his will be done. Yeah, I woke up in the resurrection. The spiritual mind seeks perfection. 144,000 the election. Haile Selassie the first selection. Yahushua HaMashiach election. Holy Ethiopia my direction. I can rest in. We're living in these evil days, trying to make it where it seems that we don't have a way. We need a way out. So that's what I'm talking about. Through his only begotten, it's a struggle. They really got the wool over our
greetings to one and all. Shalom and salamta. Ras Yefdeyah, Lidj Yefdi, Yohannes, Wolde, Amanuel, Rastafari, Renaissance.com. And topic for today, pretty much moving forward, just continuing in the foundational movement or the groundation movement, pushing forward, and really, have to commend, many of my brothers as well as the sisters holding up their end on many facets and other intricate notions of continuing in the development. But definitely shouting out my brothers, Brother Saul Weber, as well as Ras Amir Kaba Ali. Those brothers, of course, have made a repatriative journey to Ethiopia, of course, and just making that journey and really seeing the land for themselves, and just shouting out Ras Amir, who has kept as much communication up as possible with her, and I am looking forward to getting a debriefing, of course, for the not only the events but mostly the vibes, of course, there on the ground now, as ones, of course, were privy to, and I, of course, making that journey just over a year or so and a half, or a year or so and 3/4 to 2 years ago. And the brother, of course, had his contacts, of course, send forward some links. Of course, the brother has visited Shashamene as well as parts of Addis, and definitely in and around Addis Selassie, or the cathedral, of course, of His Majesty, and definitely looking at that if one's, of course, have the opportunity to visit Addis, definitely we should push forward for that being a landmark for Rastafari itself, Addis Selassie Cathedral. So let's really push the envelope on that, as well as Medhane Alem there in Wolde, just very beautiful and enchanting place to visit. I just felt a certain calm, even on the grounds, walking around, as I was guided by, I, of course, contacts that, of course, showed I around the city, and really, of course, as always, took care of my every banking need. So it was, still, I still ride the highs, just thinking on, and I visit, of course, to Ethiopia from some time ago, but just reminiscing, of course, again, for these brothers, of course, who have moved forward and seen the land for themselves and really had that experience, especially for the first time. But just keeping that in line, also thinking on and updating most of the family who, of course, contributed to Africa's Future Corp with Ras Sadiqi or Ras Tariq Gebre Xiabier, as ones may know him, of course, in social media, Brother Javon White, of course, of Montserrat, artist, musician, a craftsman, and also a practicing pilot as well. Brother, of course, has been granted the permission, of course, to raise funds from some time ago, from 2012 on up to about 2016, and still in the works, as most of those preparations have come to fulfillment, as the old chapel and new chapel have been solidified there in Axum. And the brother also has again made his second visit as well, and really awaiting most of the materials that have been put not on hold, but mostly on order, of course, to revitalize, of course, this Mariam Betzion there in Axum. So Saint Mary of Zion Church, and the chapel, of course, that houses the Ark of the Covenant. And just so much, we can say, and we can't say enough about how much we are proud of this brother, and of course, a member of the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, a staunch Rastafari, and just an upstanding brother all the way around. As ones, if they haven't been able to check out the brother, just be sure to search him out, of course, on social media, and especially continue to donate, and if the eye can, or whatever the eye may be able to provide, to continue in this project to preserve our ancient culture, especially there in Axum, in the holy city of Axum in Ethiopia. So the brother, of course, also has visited again Ethiopia, and on a continuous basis, keeping his word and making his word his bond, especially to Ethiopians there at home and abroad. And just really, I just can't say enough about how proud we are of this brother, and just seeing the continued growth and progression that he has brought forward. Big up, as always, Rasadiki. I can't say enough about the brother. So just once be sure to visit also the site, so that they may get more information, and continue with the updates there for the housing of the Ark of the Covenant and its new construction. It's Africa's Future. That's AFRICASFUTURE.com, africasfuture.com. See Ross Sadiqi for much more information and updates to come. And so even on that front, as always, we have to update the eye of, I and I Sisters' works, of course, from Rastafari Groundation.com. But, initially, before we get to the sisters here, just be sure for once, because, of course, we're going through a bit of a transitional stage, moving into another year. There at Discipleship Radio on blogtalkradio.com. Be sure to check us out there, where the last O in radio is a cipher, or a zero. So Discipleship Radio there on blogtalkradio.com. We also are revitalizing our Rastafari Groundation.com page. So ones looking to get connected, be sure to reach out at the new and upcoming and under construction site at rastafarigroundation.org, rastafarigroundation.org. Be sure to subscribe, of course, and share as well for those seeking to get connected with NI family, of course. They're on the DSR, and the RTG, and LOJ, of course, as one whole family. So be sure to link up with us there. But getting to the sisters as well, and just standing ovation, really, and applaud for the sisters continuing in their growth, especially Sister Mariama, Sister E, Sister Amanuel, Sister Ruhama, Sister Mary Rose, of course, as always, Sister Brigitte, Sister Julia. I can really go on and on about I and I Sisters, of course, but also initiating, and more blogs to come, really, as the word, of course, gets around to I and I. But a blog initiated, especially for the Sisters of Rastafari here, especially amongst RTG family and Rastafari Groundation. And the site, of course, is up and running at this point as the Daughters of Zion Community Blog.wordpress.com. That's the Daughters of Zion Community Blog www.wordpress.com. So once be sure to also link up with our sisters, especially the sisters looking to communicate and get connected and linked up with many more sisters, of like minds, of course, especially in this Judeo-Christian, this Ethiopian Tewahedo-Christian, this Ethiopian Hebrew heritage in which we seek not only to commemorate but restore, and of course leave a progeny, of course, for those coming in the future. So ones be sure to stay connected and stay updated, stay linked up with I, and look out for many more updates to come. Just thinking of I brothers, of course, being the tip of the spear at this moment, really, and really no pun intended, really just putting forward, an ideology that ones can really relate to at this point, and just to seeing a trilogy of I brothers with Ras Sadiki, Ras Samir, and even Ras Saul Weber, I brother, of course, brothers moving forward and, continuing in that progress, and hopefully ones are, getting linked up with, not only like-minded individuals, but, other individuals really seeking to formulate, very prominent business ventures for ones to really solidify their places and their claims, as well as, beneficial relationships, of course, from continent to continent and country to country, as ones are, definitely pushing forward with many of their projects and all of their works. We definitely seek to revitalize our own contacts and making sure that we stay, connected, and also keeping the lines of communication open, with all of I works as well. So just be sure to stay tuned for the updates here, especially on our Lidj Yefdi on YouTube, and as well as RastafariRenaissance.com, and of course the other outlets. Ones should be able to reach out to I. Everything is still up and running. I'm definitely getting around to, linking up with many ones as time sees fit. But I do ask that ones, of course, be patient with I as we catch up, on some of the lost time that I has, not been able to really, get in accordance. So just bear with I on that front. But also, just an update, especially for the family at LOJ, RTG, and DSR, especially amongst the Habarim. We are definitely looking forward to, seeing Sister Jim Morrison. And ones who don't know about Sister Jim Morrison, this is the, at this time, international president of the Ethiopian World Federation, seeking to also get into the airwaves and the radio, especially there in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And, of course, this is just being word of mouth, still doing a bit of research to, even reach out to Sister Jim Morrison as well. And as always, keep the lines of communication open with the EWF. So ones definitely should stay tuned for that as well. As the word comes to it shows that our Radio Rastafari should be starting up many nights on Tuesday. Not too far from now. Not sure about the exact release date and when things will be coming forward, but info, of course, should be placed out there for ones to research and reach out, hopefully, to Sister Jim and, get a bit more information and see how they may contribute there as well. Because as we mentioned, especially in this time, brothers and sisters, the time for play is well past. It's really time for serious individuals to step forward and really start to contribute, in major ways, and not to put the pressure on any of the family or crack the whip, as they say. But, it's really time to see who's really serious about these notions and these ideas that we've been putting forward from such a time. And really show themselves to be valiant and show themselves to be formidable in all of the claims that they have made. Because once the train, the proverbial train starts moving, it will not be coming back. And we, of course, as Rastafari has always mentioned, will be moving ever forward. So, You know, as even Yohannes Selassie, the great reggae legend Bob Marley mentioned, you know, the Zion train, you know, is coming your way. So make sure that ones are prepared, ones are able to hear the sound once the train is moving into the station, and be prepared as much as possible, and really get themselves in order, get their house in order, you know, especially on the economic front and, you know, the spiritual front, and mostly important, but keeping the mental in a state of, you know, ever awareness, I should say. Just the best way to put it at this point, you know, be aware, be very critical, and not so much as judgmental, but judge wisely. So just be wise in the judgment that many ones are making, and really, you know, test the waters on many fronts, especially when you're entering to uncharted territory, you know, and that's on any front that ones are looking forward to moving into, whether it be in their endeavors on the business front or the spiritual front, you know, any other, you know, facets of life in which ones are, you know, operating in. Just be sure to have the diligence, you know, to do their research as according, and of course put themselves with their best foot forward, you know, especially as our family is showing and proving here. So just many more updates, and, you know, many more news reports that I guess you can say we are putting forward here, especially here on Lidj Yefdi on YouTube. So it's you know, just taking in accordance and taking account, you know, really moving forward in this new Gregorian year of 2017. Just here in the few couple of, you know, weeks or sevens, as we should say, as always, from amongst our family of this new Gregorian year, and, you know, just moving into it by a few short days that have come, you know, just many works, of course, just continue, you know, to push right on along. So, you know, we are extremely excited, you know, just so much still to come forward, as, you know, we mentioned here the few short projects for ones to check out, and of course all of the links will be here in the description box for ones to research and, you know, probably get more information. And if the eye has come across any information that I might not be privy to, or I haven't explained to a certain extent, you know, be sure to shoot me a link, or even a comment, especially here on the video, so that we may, of course, you know, get online and really see what else is out there within our family that we can really, you know, provide some more assistance on. So I'll be sure to stay tuned here, brothers and sisters. Just so much more, as always, to come. As we can see that this work is far from done. So let's be sure to strap up our boots, you know, and really get to work at this point. It's still, you know, just so much more to be done. But as always, I leave the eye with peace and shalom, and especially within the heart, home, and the mind. Go in peace and love and serve Jah. And as always, you know, just another news update and report, keeping ones informed and well armed, you know, in this info war, as they say. So we leave the eye with the great greetings of shalom and assalamta. And as always, we'll catch the eye in the next video.
Greetings, everyone. This is the one and only Siddiqui I, coming live here from Axum. Right behind me, as you can see, is Axum Zion Church, a church that was built by Emperor Haile Selassie, and it is a very nice and beautiful church here in Axum. Right here in front of me is the Temple for the Ark of Covenant. On the left, the new one that I was involved in constructing, and that one over there is the one that was built by Empress Menen, and the one we are currently repairing. Right here, I'm about to walk through these gates right here into the Ark of Covenant area. I am the only foreigner in the history of Axum to gain access into this compound. No other foreigner can come here and walk through those gates like me. You understand? And that's what I want to talk about right now. Why is it that
I am allowed to come here and sit here? Is it because I helped to build this temple? Is it the only reason because God sent me here to build this temple? No, it's more than that. That is a part of it, yes. Just this morning, the Guardian monk said to me that God has chosen you out of the world to come here and do this. He has told me that many times, and he told me that again this morning. But it's still deeper than that. It is still deeper than that. The reason why I am able to come here and walk in here uninterrupted and given free access here is because only an Israelite or an Ethiopian can build a temple for the Ark of Covenant. No Ferengi can build a temple for the Ark of Covenant except an Israelite or an Ethiopian. No Gentile can come here and walk to those gates like me. No Gentile can come here to the holy city of Axum and put one stone on top of another. That is what they tell me. And that is the truth. So, if only an Israelite or an Ethiopian can build a temple for the Ark of Covenant, and I am not Ethiopian, what does that make me? That make me an Israelite, right? That's right. That's right. You're looking at an Israelite from the 10 lost tribes of Israel over in America and the Caribbean, who God has chosen and sent back here to do his holy work. It was an Israelite who built the first temple for the Lord, King Solomon. And it was a half Ethiopian, half Israelite who built the second temple for the Lord, Empress Menen. And now, yours truly, Sadiq Yai, has built this temple, this new temple here. I must be an Israelite then, right? You have it. That's all I want to say right now. Have a good day, folks. Greetings, everyone. This is the one and only Sadiq Yai. I'm coming to tell you right now that the work on the Covenant area, please show inside here. The work on the Covenant area for the one that Empress Menen built, the work is coming along. As you can see, they did all the granite stone here on the walkway. Some of it is covered with that top, but on this walkway all the way around is granite. That was the first thing to be fixed. The second is the mosaic stone on top of the dome, and this green mosaic stone around these windows. That's on order right now. That should be arriving in a few days. And as soon as that arrives, they will fix all that mosaic stone around these windows and the mosaic stone on the dome. And then after that, what's next is the work in the basement area. They shall fix the basement, stop the leaking from happening down there, and that's it. So hopefully for Fasika, which is in April, we hope to have this finished. All right, that is the goal right now. But there was some delay. It took us a long time to find the right mosaic stone. That was the real delay, to get this right type of stone. But we found it, and it's on order. So everything is going fine. Okay? Thank you.